Let's go, Commonwealth, before we need a recess.
Ray Bolzano is a sexual predator who relied on shame and embarrassment to cover his crime. I think you nailed this one, Kathleen.
Oh, you didn't make it easy on me.
Yeah, I couldn't break the pantyhose argument. You know, gratitude can be as coercive as fear.
Meaning what, Doug?
Meaning the victim's not exactly Julia Roberts. She was thrilled your asshole client even noticed her. He took advantage of that.
Sounds like every first date.
Well, if screwing in a closet's your idea of a first date, what are you doing tonight? Yeah, that worked. This is so devastating.
We're very sorry.
I mean, just devastating.
How long did you and Alex work together?
8 years. We had desks across from each other at Line McNichol. We both watered out, so we hung up our shingle.
How's business been?
Great. We're managing a $120 million portfolio. Did I hear correctly that Alex was shot?
That's right.
And it wasn't a robbery?
Doesn't look like it.
Alex's wife mentioned something about disgruntled investors over that whole internet pipe dream a few years back.
No one has made any threats or behaved in a way that would raise a flag. So are you thinking this was a random killing or...
Doesn't look random.
Any leads, witnesses, anything?
Did you have something to do with Alex's murder, Mr. McCullough?
Oh, my God. Absolutely not.
Then why are you feeling us out for what we know about the case?
I didn't realize I was doing that.
You are. And people who do that usually have something more on their mind than just grief.
What's going on? What do you know that we don't?
I suppose the reason I was asking was because if it was a random robbery, there would be no need to pry into certain personal aspects of his life.
So did Alex owe money? Was he screwing around on his wife?
He was deeply in love with Kelly. I mean, they were college sweethearts. And for as long as I've known him, Alex has been the ideal husband. But, as you may know, many relationships stagnate.
Oh, no offense, Mr. McCullough, but you're not in church, okay? So you don't need to apologize for anybody's behavior. Just tell us what Alex was up to.
He never told me anything about her other than they met at a coffee shop 6 months ago and she was married also. All he asked me to do was to cover for him when he needed an excuse some nights, and I did.
When was the last time you covered for him?
A week ago.
Alex ever mentioned a name?
Janet. And when I heard what happened this morning, the first thing I thought of was I hope it wasn't this woman's husband. Before I came over, I went through his call sheet and I found a Janet Grafton and this number. I'm assuming that's her.
We'll look into it.
Alex's wife, Kelly. She's already been through enough.
Mr. Burnside.
We want juvenile detention until their 18th birthday and a suspended sentence beyond that, Your Honor. This was a serious crime, and the religious smokescreen doesn't impress us a bit.
Your Honor, this is no smokescreen. These are devout young men. They both attend religious school and they keep kosher.
Regardless of their diet, these were serious offenses. An adult facing the same charges would be looking at 20 years.
I'm aware of your concern, Mr. Burnside. Let's let Mr. Fisher speak.
Stories of Jews escaping anti-Semitism in Europe who hid diamonds in their clothing to survive in the new land.
Your Honor, these boys were born in America in the 1980s. Isn't there a statute of limitations on the diaspora?
Mr.
I mean, this is
Burnside,
utterly ridiculous. For adventure, for money, for religion, what difference does it make? The boys are smugglers.
I sincerely hope this is a complicated story. Therefore, we will reconvene tomorrow. I want to understand what these boys were thinking before I sentence them.
I could take all day.
Mr. Burnside, this didn't do it for you?
Yes, Your Honor.